Becoming the biggest loser is something you probably want to avoid. That is, unless you've got something to lose. Phil and Amy Parham were obese. At his heaviest, Phil weighed 340 pounds, and Amy, 229. Philip had never seen the weight loss reality show, but Amy was a big fan.
I would sit and watch The Biggest Loser and cry and eat ice cream and think, oh, I wish I could do that and change my life.
Phil and Amy met more than 20 years ago at a Bible college. To some degree, their weight was always an issue.
10, 15, pounds, that kind of struggle.
I think mine was mental. I always saw myself as a heavy person. So I always thought I was heavy, and really in actuality, I was probably, like Amy said, 10 or 15 pounds above where I should have been.
Phil and Amy married in 1988, while Phil set out in business as a mortgage broker. His poor self-image drove him to succeed.
I wanted the big house, I wanted the big car, I wanted to look good in front of others so I could have a certain kind of self-esteem.
His long hours led to unhealthy eating habits and a gradual weight gain. In 4 years, Amy gave birth to 3 boys and gained a total of 70 pounds with her pregnancies. But Phil and Amy's weight wasn't their only struggle. In 2003, their youngest son, Rhett, was diagnosed with autism.
That, for me, it was devastating as a mother because, you have dreams for your children. You want to see them, be the president, or you want to see them go to Harvard, or you want to see them, even just get married and have children.
Autism has no cure, but Amy poured all her time and energy on fixing her son. At night, she would binge eat to cope with the stress. That stress compounded when Phil's business partner left him and he lost his business.
It just was like everything that I felt like I had built got taken away. So it's kind of hard to go from the Mercedes to the pickup truck. It was really, really bad. We struggled to hang on to our house and to pay our bills.
Amy became depressed and even thought about ending her life.
There was a hole in the ceiling of like this one room. It's like a kind of a library type room. And you could see a beam through the, like there was a hole because it went up to the attic. And there was one day that I was laying there and I thought I could put a rope over that. Everything that in my strength that I could possibly do, I felt like I was doing, and it wasn't changing the situation. I was completely powerless.
Amy says God wouldn't let her give up.
And I just kept thinking, okay, every morning, I don't want to get out of bed, but I'm just going to keep getting up and I'm going to keep going. And eventually there's going to come a day where this won't be this way.
One Sunday, Amy heard a message at church and knew it was meant for her.
I was in the service and I just felt like, I said, God, I just can't handle this anymore. And the pastor said, there's some people out there that you feel like, I just can't handle this anymore, but you're getting ready to have your breakthrough. And I was just praying. I was like, God, what can I do? There's got to be something I'm missing here. And he said, Amy, you're not perfect, and I love you. And it was just real, like, clear and simple. He said, why does Rhett have to be perfect for you to love him? And I got to thinking, I'm not loving him like he is. I'm putting all this pressure on fixing him when God brought him into my life, and I need to just love him and know that God's going to lead me to the therapies that he needs. God's going to lead me to what he needs.
The next week, Amy discovered a therapy program that really helped her son. Then the couple found new careers in real estate.
In our first full year in real estate, we were the top agents in our company, and we started seeing financially the
we
ship
sold 64
turn around.
houses or something the first year. 64 houses the first full year.
Phil says things changed when they surrendered their lives to God.
You feel like it's going to be the end of the world sometimes. And you can't see out of that dark place, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And, all the while we held on to God, and we were just like, Jesus became our friend in those dark places too.
Things seemed to be heading in the right direction, but Phil and Amy were heavier than ever. In February 2008, the couple auditioned in Atlanta for The Biggest Loser. Out of 300,000 applicants, Phil and Amy were chosen.
It was really neat. I think our first weigh-in, I lost 23 pounds. You lost 16? Mm-hmm. Combined was 39 pounds. We were second on the campus.
When the show ended, the Parhams combined for a total weight loss of 256 pounds. They're quick to give all the glory to God.
I know this was God's plan for us
for
needed
us
to do
personally,
this.
but we've always felt like there was a bigger reason for that too.
And we want to go, I mean, that's part of our future. We want to go to churches and we want to go to communities and actually share our story and hopefully inspire people that, you know, God is with them as well and can also change their life.
I never imagined that I would come and speak in front of a group of people on health and nutrition or fitness. That's awesome. God's good because, you know, He is.